30 out of 30 and 21st in the world in the first weekend since the latest major patch. You'll all know by now the patch was brought out to pretty much deter people from using overload ball side, whereas in the past they could use it for pretty much the entire 90 minutes without no real consequences. It was ruining the game. Everyone was complaining about it for month after month, so they finally decided to do something about it. And if I'm honest, I think it's worked. Not many people used it against me this weekend, and not for a sustained period of time. So yeah, EA get a lot of stick, but I've got to say fair play to them for that. This weekend was probably the most fun I've had playing the game, maybe since like October, November time. So yeah, as promised in my rewards video, I said I was going to bring out a custom tactics video, let you know what team I'm using and what tactics I'm using to get this latest 30 and 0. So yeah, this is my team. I know it's pretty decent, but I've grinded my arse off for this team. The amount of gears, hours I've put in, honestly, I've never missed a weekend league, constantly grinding draft. This team obtained with no trading, only £400 spent on FIFA points. You go compare that to a lot of the other pros, it makes me look like a peasant. But yeah, this is the team in game. As soon as I go in, it looks a little bit like this. So we go straight into the 4-2-3-1. I've decided now, I was messing up with the 4-4-2 for a while, but I've accepted it now. 4-2-3-1 is the best formation on FIFA 20. It has been since the start, and at the end of the year, when you're watching the E World Cup, if it goes ahead, which obviously I hope it does, the winners and the vast majority of the players will be using this. It's the best formation by a mile. It has enough options going forward. Yeah, and when you're defending, everyone pretty much drops in besides the striker. So yeah, I've got Alisson in goal, back four, standard, Footmas, Mendy, Militao, Van Dijk, Inform Wan-Bissaka, Hullet, Firmino. That Hullet is just an absolute shit. I kept saying earlier in the year, when I get that Hullet, I'm going to start doing something. Never happened to this. Mbappe on one wing, Shapeshifters Lucas Moura on the other. Play of the month, Neymar behind Eusebio. So yeah, pretty standard team. Pretty meta players, not too much to say there. The main thing that you're all here for, here it is, the custom tactics that I'm using. So I'll say balanced is the only option, pretty much to start with. It's the only option. Drop back, it's not good. It's not good this year. The drop back too much. It's too hard to attack. The pressure tactics are all just pretty much suicidal. Pressure and heavy touch is okay, I suppose, but no, balance is the one. Width, yeah, standard default 5. Depth, especially now they've removed the overload ball side. They haven't removed the meta. They made overload ball side less easy to use for the full game. High depth, I call it high. 6 depth. It's just the way I've played FIFA for a lot of years now. I've said this in my previous videos. If you go back and watch my old custom tactics video on 17, 18, 19, I'm always using around 60 depth. But especially this year, it's just perfect. When you lose the ball in their half, your team will be stood pretty much at halfway, and you'll have a good opportunity to win the ball back. However, if your opponent does manage to keep the ball for 5-10 seconds, your team will drop in as if you're playing 2, 3, 4 depth. So 6 depth is perfect. Only bad thing, if you play them bums sometimes who just constantly want to do that horrible long ball down the wing, you can get caught every now and then. But then again, I'm probably only getting caught because I'm using Inform Wan-Bissaka at right back. So yeah, 6 depth, it's the best one, especially if you're using 2 CDMs. I probably wouldn't suggest it if you're using something flat like the 4-4-2, but that's for another story. That's for another day. Offensive style, balanced. I've toyed with long ball, toyed with it on and off. I think if the gameplay is good, you can get away with long ball. Your team will make really attacking runs. It's like, the best way to explain it is, it's like a less suicidal version of fast build-up. You'll have a lot of runners, especially if you hit someone's feet. You'll get people running past them, which is perfect for... I think it's perfect for everyone, but it's perfect, especially for the way I play, because I don't use that many skills. I'm all about passing. But yeah, when the gameplay is poor, which in FIFA 20 is quite a lot of the time, you end up unable to get out, and you end up not having many options, because it's if it's hard to turn, it's hard to pass the ball. You end up getting stuck. So I'd probably overall leave it on balance, but balanced or long ball are your 2 options. Try them both. Let me know what you think. Fast build up, too much, too suicidal. Possession, not enough run going forward. Maybe good if you're trying to kill the game, but you know. With attacking width, as always, leave it on default. You get a good balance of narrow runs and wide runs. Yeah, there's no need to change this. Plays in the box, I always knock it down to 1. Knock it down by 1. Just think on 4, it just gives you a little bit better AI runs outside the box. You know, you don't want to overcommit by having it on 5 or 6, then you get stuck and you're gonna, you know, we all know crossing's useless on the game. You're better off having, you know, players hang on the edge of the box just a little bit, because we all know the best way to score is, you know, pass it back and you know, try and get the passes into the box, quick turn, bosh, into the corner, although that's the plan anyway. Corners and free kicks, as always, 2's the one, because we all know we all take them short, we all try and pass into the box. I don't want to go on because, you know, we've heard it all before, haven't we? We don't know how much different this video is actually going to be from my previous videos, but you know, just wanted to re-share my thoughts and let you know what I used to achieve this pretty decent score in the latest week. So, keeper comes across the sweeper keeper. Don't know if it actually does that much. I think it's just a placebo effect, but you know, get it on. Fullback, stay back while attacking, as usual. You want these back at all times, especially if you're playing with high depth. You know, it really helps you squeeze them in. So when you lose the ball back, you'll have that high back 4 on the halfway line. You know, ready to squeeze up and you know, get the ball back. CDMs, I believe last time that I did a custom tactics video, I had did I have the CDMs on Stay Central? I made a little discovery. I'll tell you right. With the 6 depth, which, like I said, is, from my opinion, essential for how I play and essential for this formation. If you have these two on cover centre, you seem to get counter-attacked more, because with your team high up the field, if a gap appears like slightly to the side, maybe on the wing, or, you know, just if gaps appear for the counter-attack, they won't fill in the gaps because you've told them to cover centre. However, if you have them on cover wing, if we read this here, I have to not get my finger to point to it. That's also the wrong thing. If we read this here, third time lucky, defend the open wing if teammate isn't marking. So, in the grand scheme of things, for a vast majority of the game, they are going to stay central. But if a gap needs filling, if you know there's space, or you know there's an unmarked player in the gap, you know, out wide, they'll drop into it. It just works much better. So I'll leave these both on cover wing. In fact, I don't touch anything. We all know I like to attack with my CDMs. I don't like either of them to stay back. What I've found with the 43 one is, if you leave them on both unbalanced, even I've got what we would call 2 pretty attacking CDMs. 9 times out of 10, one of them will always drop in if the other one goes forward. So just leave them both unbalanced. You'll end up finding that it actually helps you attack a lot. Yeah, because it's just not enough, is it, just to attack with these front 4? Same thing with the cams. No instructions on them at all. We all know it's my what's the word? It's my, I don't know, theory that the further away you go from default when it comes to tactics instructions, the more natural your game will feel, and the more help you'll get from the AI, the more smoother your game will feel. So yeah, the only instructions I actually have on the outfield players, I have the fullback stay back, and that is your lot. Nothing on the striker. With people still sitting relatively deep, you don't want him running behind all the time. You want him short to feet. You want him to turn right foot, left foot. First time finish, well, second time finishes. Yeah, so yeah, there's no instructions on the rest of the team. I hope I've explained that properly. If I'm defending a lead at the end of the game, this is what I go into, the 4-3-3 defend. Gives you a bit of both, means the middle's crowded. Obviously you've got your back 4. What am I doing? You've got your back 4 here, obviously. Then you have the middle is nice and crowded, because we all know that's the meta way of defending, isn't it? Just cram the middle, because if they go out wide, there's not a lot they can do, because crossing is useless. And obviously we've got the front 3, these two, obviously you're going to want to coming back. And then with having the wingers, it gives you a good opportunity to, you know, get down the line. We all know when you're being pressured, the best way to get out, the best way to counter-attack is the long balls on the wing. It's a little bit boring and repetitive, but this is the game, FIFA 20, that we play. So showing me instructions for this, same as always for the keeper, same as always for the back 4. On this occasion, as you're going to be playing with low depth and you've got the extra CM, I do tell the CDMs to stay back and also cover centre, because there's no reason for these to be going out wide, because you're not going to be getting counter-attacked, are you? Because I'm sure you have. I've done this the wrong way around. I've showed you my instructions first. Not a matter. Not a worry, I'll get that in a second. The CM, just leave him on default. He'll get forward a little bit, help you get out. The wingers, of course, you want them to come back and make up, effectively be like right and left midfielders instead of wingers. Striker also come back on defence, give you that little extra bit of work rate, although he doesn't really listen, sadly. Not sadly, because it made it a much better game when he implemented that change. So my tactics for this, knock the depth down just by 1. I wouldn't usually suggest this, but it's late in the game. Let's bunch the middle. Depth down to 2. Don't need to say anything about that. Pretty self-explanatory. Offensive style balanced, yeah. Long ball, they run too far away. Possession, they run too much defeat. Balance, still the best one in my opinion. Attacking with, same as always, 5. Players in the box, knock it down to 3, just so it moves. Say this right in here, just so they make less runs. Obviously, no chance of getting a counter attack if you do find yourself high up the pitch. Corners and free kicks, self-explanatory. So, what do we do? I hear you ask. If we go behind, so maybe 60th minute onwards, if I'm behind, I will knock the width up to 1 and I will knock us on to pressure on heavy touch. Should show you I'm also on the same formation, 4-3-1, players in the same positions. I'll get on to the instructions in a minute. Pressure on heavy touch. If you're behind and you want to apply a little bit more pressure, this is in my opinion better than press after possession loss, because this kind of like presses at the right times. Press after possession loss, you could like lose the ball and be like, oh, it's okay, get back in the shape, and your team will be like, whoa, no, we want the ball. Whereas this, it kind of, it does what it says on the tin really. Waits for the opposition to take a heavy touch, waits for them to get into a position where you can really press them. So yeah, that's what I go for. I knock the width up to 1, just get your players wider, get a wider press on the ball. I knock this up the long ball. Like I said, it's a little bit more offensive than balanced. You still can get stuck sometimes, but you want the runs going forward. You want to get it with your fullbacks. You want your wingers pushing on. Yeah, it's just the one really. Width same as always, 5. Players in the box, 6. Just what can I say? You want more men in the box. It's I don't really like it. Maybe you should have this on 5. I think 6 is a little bit too much, because even if you're pushing forward for a late goal, having loads of men just in the box and not on the edge of the box isn't going to do you much good. So I might actually switch that to 5. I'll leave it at 6. Doesn't really matter. We're not behind very often. Just saying. Corners and free kicks, even in this situation where you want to be getting a goal back, no, leave it on 2. So what change do we make in instructions? I hear you all ask, and the answer is we do take Mendy. if you had two fullbacks who could kick a ball going forwards, I'd maybe suggest knocking them both onto balanced. But I'm not sure. I think because Mendy is so significantly better at attacking than Wan-Bissaka, it just makes sense for me, really, doesn't it, to essentially move to a back 3 when I'm in possession, get Mendy going forward. Obviously, I predominantly attack down the left. Get the overloads going down the left-hand side, get the extra man in attack. And yeah, it works pretty well so far. Though, like I said, I don't go behind very often for it to test it out. Same as always on the fullbacks. On the CDMs, no instructions whatsoever. I like them getting forward, joining the attack, but I still want them to fill in the gaps, not cover centre, because I want them to fill in the gaps and prevent the counter attacks. Stay forward I have on the cam. At this point in the game, 60th minute onwards, getting beat, you want to be taking more risks. Yeah, like I said, self-explanatory. Nothing on the fullbacks. I keep saying the fullbacks for some reason. The wide cams, default. Stay forward on the cam, stay forward on the striker. You just want these two staying together, staying high at the pitch as possible. As soon as you win the ball back, you want it into their feet, and you want to be trying to score a goal. So yeah, is that everything for that? Yes, it is. And here we have it, the all-out formation. This is 85th minute onwards. If you're getting beat by, beat by any score really. Luckily, I didn't have to use this week because, like I said, I don't think I was getting beat. I don't think I was getting. I want to say I don't think I was getting beat in the second half all weekend. Might be wrong actually. I went to penalties one game. But even that it was draw. I was drawing for a long time. against the most boring player in FUT Champions history. So yeah, the formation I should tell you, 4-4-2. We move. I mean, it's just the same really. We just, obviously Neymar becomes a cam instead of Neymar becomes a striker instead of a cam. Instructions for this, same again on the keeper as always. You want both fullbacks, even Wan-Bissaka with his appalling passing and crossing and dribbling and everything else of an attacking sense. We want them both joining the attack. We want as many men flying forward as possible. When our wingers have it, when our fullbacks getting past them, you know, creating the overloads on both sides. Stay forward and getting behind on the wings. You know, at this point, you're obviously just taking as many risks as possible. You want these two wingers, and they effectively creating a front four, waiting up front for the ball. I even tell the extra centre mid, even tell Hullet to get forward, although with them both on balance, they're both going to get forward anyway. And the strikers, just stay forward, not getting behind, because you got to think, if you're using this, chances are the other guy's going to be sitting pretty deep, so telling them they're getting behind isn't going to be much use. You want them, they obviously still will make runs in behind, but a lot of the time you're going to want the ball fired into the feet to find each other, the 1-2s, the quick finishes. And yeah, that is, those I've done it again, done the wrong way around. I'm going to show the instructions. Tactics for this, you know, you've seen it all before. Pressure on heavy touch. Pressure on heavy touch with, if you then use the D-pad, the down directional button, and you enable constant pressure, is a constant pressure team press, will effectively put you on that. So just in case you're just hanging fire just for a few seconds, or just for, you know, 10-20 seconds, leave on pressure on heavy touch, and then when you do want to go to constant pressure, press team press on the D-pad. Width and depth, you know, you want your team as wide as possible, as high as possible. Just, this is it. We are going to concede or we are going to score. Fast build up. Like I said in my previously, I would say it's suicidal, but at this point it's suicide, or, you know, it's suicidal attack, or it's we're going to die anyway, we're going to get beat. So yeah, we want to take every risk possible. Width, as always, still leave it on 5, no need to change this. Players in the box 10, you want every single man in that box. You know, we'll create something, we'll find someone's feet. Corners and free kicks, the only time that I would ever take these away from 2. Same thing again, you just want as many bodies in the box as possible, because it really is now or never. So yeah, that's it for my tactics really. Yeah, I've got nothing else to show you, nothing else to say. If you have any questions, get them down below. I'll try and reply to as many of them as possible. I think this is pretty likely to be my last custom tactics video of the year for a couple of reasons. I think the competitive cycle's coming to an end, and also I don't think there's going to be many more major patches. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, as always, drop a like, subscribe, let me know if you got any questions, and I will see you all in a few days time, hopefully for some more top 100 rewards using these custom tactics.